UFC Fight Night, Cejudo versus Song, full card betting breakdown. Ladies and gentlemen, this card was great. This card was just back-to-back knockout, 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 knockout. 5 in a row, then 2 submissions, then a fight of the night with Alonzo Menifield and Julius Walker. Another knockout, another fight of the night contender, and then the main and co-main event. I mean, this card, oh my gosh. Probably the best fight night of the year so far. It was originally supposed to have so many great fights that were canceled, but I'm not mad at all at this point because it was a great card. Betting-wise as well, was a very, very good card. Our second best week in the last month. We profited, let's see, $737.50 on this fight night. The parlay cashed. One of our props cashed, which was our biggest prop of the card. The other two didn't. And then our money lines went 75%, all underdog bets. We had Austin Vanderford, we had Ricky Simone, we had Rob Font, who we were honestly really feeling good about this week. Andre Fili, disappointed, went out there and got choked out in round 1. But a great card nonetheless. Let's get it started with the parlay. And if you're looking right here, you could already see some of the future bets. So you're welcome. You get an early look into some of the bets coming at you guys for the next few weeks. Of course, if you do want to become a channel member and see all of these bets that I make every single week, the link will be in that pinned comment down below. We got props, parlays, and money lines every single week, and we are on a 4-fight win streak. 4-fight card win streak, my mistake. One of them, we barely broke even and profited by just a little bit. The other 3, we profited more than $200 on every single one of those cards. I think it was 200, 900, and then 700 on this UFC Fight Night. So great cards in the past few weeks. Hopefully we can keep that going for UFC Fight Night Cop versus Almabayev coming up. But of course, let's get it started with the first money line. We had 2 units, $200 on Rob Font at plus 155. Again, he was my dog of the card, so of course, if I'm not going to be betting on my dog of the card, what am I doing? Of course, I felt really good about Rob Font. Better striking, better boxing, more experience, just overall the better fighter. Of course, there's the grappling and wrestling from John, but John's not on the level of like a Corey Stanhagen or a Marlon Chito Vera. Who's the other guy that beat Rob Font recently? Davidson Figueiredo. He's not on that level just yet. In a few years, for sure, John Matsumoto is going to be on that level, but right now, not really there. So 2 units on Rob Font. I mean, everyone was doubting this pick when I first made it and had Rob Font as an underdog. Everyone was like, no, John Matsumoto, undefeated. He's going to go out there and wrestle and dominate Rob Font. Well, he didn't, and he got outstruck. Every single round, got taken down in most of those rounds, but was able to get back up on a lot of them. He looked really good. It was a close one, but Rob Font got the win. Andre Fili bet. I really regret this one, of course. Yeah. Andre Fili, I mean, he was doing decent in the striking. It was a kind of even back and forth striking affair. Good kicks from both sides, jabs and 1-2s. Just a back and forth little striking affair. Then for one reason or another, I don't know why, Andre Fili went for a double leg, I think. Landed it clean on Melquizael Costa. Melquizael's not trying to defend because he knows how much of an advantage, he's going to have on the ground. And Melquizael immediately got the guard, immediately wrapped his arm around and choked out Andre Fili. Just bad fight IQ from the guy that's really so experienced in the UFC. You'd think he'd have better fight IQ at this point with so much experience in the octagon, but I guess not. So a bad underdog bet there on Andre Fili. A good underdog bet though, half a unit, $50 on Ricky Simone, plus 240. Again, he was, I think, my number 2 or number 3 dog of the card. I mean, if you look at my underdog of the card video, he's on the poster, he's on the video. We're feeling very good about the odds. I thought it literally should have been like a minus 130 for Javid Basharat, plus 110 for Ricky Simone. I thought the odds were absolutely horrendous. Ricky Simone knocks him out in round 1, just a devastating out cold KO with super necessary ground and pound as well before the ref stopped in. But plus 240 again was crazy value. We had to put a half unit on that one. And then we had half a unit on Austin Vanderford. Again, if I'm predicting an underdog to win, Rob Font, Andre Fili, and Austin Vanderford were the underdogs I was predicting to win, so I have to put money on them. There's no world where I'm not going to put money on a guy I think is going to win if they are plus money. It's just, it goes against everything in my nature to not bet on those fighters. I had Austin Vanderford plus 135 when the odds first came out. I did not know why. He was the underdog going in. He's a way better wrestler. Striking, I mean, Nicole is better, but not by a crazy amount. So again, just a great value bet on Austin Vanderford right there. We had 3 units on Anthony Hernandez, KO TKO decision. Main reason I saw the fluffy money line odds were like minus 350. I'm not putting that in a parlay. I mean, I was literally considering putting Fluffy in a parlay with an over 1.5 right here in this parlay down here, and I was like, no. I mean, why would I do that? The odds are horrible on Anthony Hernandez. Then I saw on FanDuel they had kind of a mixed bet, KO, TKO, or decision. They had the same thing on Betway, where he can win either way, and I was like, he's not going to choke out Brendan Allen. Brendan's submission defense is like very high level, so I thought there was, I mean, you could see in the fight there was plenty of close calls when there was a submission attempt, but if you know grappling, if you know how high level Anthony and Brendan are, you knew that none of those submissions were close at all. Like, literally none of them were close. They knew they were coming, and they were able to counter them effectively and get out of the way right when they were supposed to. So at no point was I really worried. I mean, you could see like, oh, a grimace when he's about it. Yeah, they know the submissions are coming. I thought there's no chance in hell that this fight ends by submission. A lot of submission attempts, but there's just not going to be a submission. They're just so good at defending. So minus 150 there, great value. I still don't know how I was able to get that. I thought it would have been legitimately like minus 200 or more. I didn't think the odds makers really thought there was that high of a chance of a submission, but yeah, still profited $200 on that one right there. We had half a unit on John Silva by a decision. That didn't go well. John went out there and kept an even striking back and forth with Melsik and just cracked him big with a right hand down the middle. I really thought he went to a decision with Kevin Vallejos, went 3 rounds with Drew Dober, and Melsik's never been knocked out since his entire career started, and is the best striker that John Silva's ever fought. I thought for sure they'd have a close back and forth affair on the feet, and boy was I wrong. John Silva knocks him out in round 1. So yeah, John Silva, man, the power is real on that man, but yeah, what am I going to do? Half a unit gone down the drain. We got a quarter unit on Ibo Aslan. Main reason, again, I will justify this every day of the week, and I will bet this bet in hindsight anyway. Like, I would do plus 60 on Aslan by decision. Main reason is I really do feel like every single time Aslan would get close to finishing Ion Cutelaba, he would grapple and he'd wrestle and he'd survive. And that's what I thought was going to happen. Didn't think he would get the takedown and submit him. I thought he would get the takedown, hold it, and Ibo would win that round. Same thing in round 2, and then maybe Ion Cutelaba would win round 3. And we'd get a decision there. That was literally what I was thinking, but Ion Cutelaba just proves the man is the gatekeeper of the light heavyweight division. If you beat him, you are top 25 level. If you lose to him, you're borderline about to get cut from the UFC, if we're being honest. Then the last bet we got to go through is the parlay. We had it at plus 290, but we didn't get the payout at $290. We only got it at, I think it was 215, because the Yadong Song by finish decisional action did not cash because it was a decision. It was like it was a really weird one. What do they call it? I don't know what they called it. It was like an eye poke decision, something stupid. Something really weird. A technical decision due to the eye poke. Yeah, it was something really weird. So we didn't get that minus 425 on Yadong Song. We did get Hernandez versus Allen over a round and a half. Again, I didn't think there'd be a finish at all in that fight. Again, if he's not able to submit Michel Pereira, he's not going to submit Brendan Allen. And the TKOs for Hernandez are usually late in round 3, so I thought if there's going to be a finish, it's going to be late, so I felt very good about that. Going over a round and a half, Nursultan Ruziboyev, I think was my most confident pick of the card, so I had to parlay him. And then Walker versus Minefield, I misspelled that one, over a round and a half at minus 120. Again, Walker's a debuting guy. He's not going to go out there and get knocked out by Menefield in round 1, round 2. And he's not going to go out there and finish Menefield. Menefield's never been taken down in round 1 and ground pounded and TKO'd. Walker's not a power puncher on the feet. He's to take you down and beat you on the ground. I didn't think he had the ability to submit or ground pound TKO Alonzo Menefield in that fight. I thought if there's going to be a finish, it's going to be a late one for Walker or an early knockout for Menefield. And I thought, well, Menefield hurts Walker, he's just going to grapple and wrestle, and he's going to be able to survive. So that was an easy one for me to bet on. Minus 120, I felt like the value was great there. Got parlay odds of plus 290. Again, Was only able to get plus 215 because of the finish. Decision, no action, but a great card nonetheless. Parlay cashed. The big prop that we bet was cashed on Anthony Hernandez. 3 out of 4 on money lines. Great card. Again, $737.50 profit. Great card. Thank you guys for watching. Those are the betting breakdown for all the bets I made for UFC Fight Night Cejudo versus Song. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.